I think we should all be scared to some degree, but I think that that's what courage is. You can't be courageous unless there's a little bit of fear, right?
If you haven't thought about it, think about it now. Something that lasts for almost 50 years has meaning, has importance, and has a foundation that you're going to add to. And so that's the first thing I want to say in emphasizing what an incredible decision you've all made to dedicate this next year of your life. Okay? Is you really need to take in everyone who's in this room right now. And when you have one of those days that don't go so well, okay, in the coming year, and you're feeling kind of alone, I want you to reflect back to this room and see everyone here, and you are not alone, that you're all out there doing work that will help strengthen communities, eliminate poverty. And so your commitment, even though you won't be together, is still a commitment in spirit of being together.
One of the reasons that I came back to VISTA service is because I knew there was not going to be any ageism, and there was not going to be any sexism, and I've suffered both of those in my past lives in corporations. You spoke. And what I like that I see here is that there's really no divisiveness having to do with any kind of culture that any of us might be part of. And I like that. This is a community in itself from this point that we've established forward. And I want you all to know that as I go back to my assignment, I'll be riding the wave of this energy. And I would like for you to remember that, that I sense the energy that's here collectively, and that comes from each individual. And I thank you, and I want to say, namaste.
My name is Jessica Basenti.
Daniel Lastman.
My name is Adrian Smith.
Angelina Zulis. Catherine, Kat, Minx.
Miranda Buck. My name is Sierra.
My name's Johnny Fields.
Connie Smith.
Kristen.
My name is Sonia.
Lene Smith.
Drew Curtis.
I am originally from Twin Lakes, New Mexico.
I'm from Lawrence, Kansas.
I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm from South Bend, Indiana. Springfield, Missouri.
I am from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm from Edwards, Colorado.
From St. Louis, Missouri.
I'm from Austin, Texas.
I'm from Tempe, Arizona.
Great Bend, Kansas.
And I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I am from Bloomington, Indiana, home of IU.
The other thing that we want to do this morning is to articulate a vision for your year, that you're going to, each of you will kind of articulate a vision for your year of VISTA service based on your VAD, based on your project plan.
What is the accessibility to our project supervisor and former VISTA? Can we schedule weekly appointments? I know that my supervisor in particular at my project site travels a lot, so I just want to make sure that I'll be able to talk with him enough and get all my questions answered. What's the project plan? Can we have a contact list, and what's the best form of communication for each person or organization? Has a supervisor been to training, and when exactly was that? I need specifics on such and such program. For example, we had a secondary retention program. She didn't really know what that meant, so just getting more of the know-how on each of those programs. How do I access former project info? Where do I park?
And talk to your supervisor about your learning needs for the VISTA year. And of course, your supervisor isn't here. The first year of your VISTA project, meaning that you're working to get the project up off the ground. So you're just starting the project. And project startup is a whole different phase than project ending, or even like the middle.
I'm going to Aztec, New Mexico.
All right, New Mexico. So what are you going to be doing in New Mexico?
I'll be working with the San Juan Watershed Group, part of the larger VISTA program, which is from New Mexico to Colorado, called the Hard Rock Watershed Team, and I'll be doing stream conservation, restoration, and water issues with farmers and ranchers.
I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
And where are you going to for VISTA?
I will be serving in Austin, Texas.
Okay. And what is your program?
My program is the Seedling Foundation, which is a mentor program for kids with incarcerated parents within the Austin Independent School District.
I'm from South Bend, Indiana. I'm relocating to Austin, Texas to serve.
And what is your project?
I'm working at the University of Texas for the Division of Diversity and Civic Engagement, working with the Intellectual Entrepreneurship Program.
And what exactly is that?
Essentially, it is a undergrad graduate mentorship program for students who are interested in going to grad school, and it's also a scholarship program.
I'm from Springfield, Missouri, and I'm stationed in Springfield, Missouri.
All right. And what is your project?
I'm working for the Springfield Urban Agriculture Coalition.
And what is that?
What is that? Well, we maintain the urban gardens, which are located on the schools, and I'm going to be building curriculum to teach kids how to garden, and then I'm also going to be creating system procedures for how we want the program to kind of go, guidelines to follow as the program flourishes when I'm no longer there.
Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I am going to be at the Native American Community Academy teaching in the college engagement office.
Okay, and what is that all about?
Basically, I'll be working with 11th and 10th graders, and we're going to be trying to get 11th and 12th grade into the college success program. So we're trying to get more Native American students in Albuquerque to go to college.
I'm going to be serving in St. Louis, Missouri as well.
All right. And what brought you, or what's your project with AmeriCorps VISTA?
My project is called Inspire STL. And basically it's a project that starts with middle school kids and try to get them into college prep high school. But I got hired on as the college access programmer. So I'm basically taking those high school students and trying to build a curriculum for them in order to get into a four-year university. So that means like applying for colleges, helping them navigate the grant writing processes, applying for scholarships, while also giving them a lot of experience that goes for that'll look right on their resume.
I'm working with the Eco River Youth Coalition as a marketing and special projects coordinator. And I guess basically I'm doing capacity building, and that's the number one priority there, yes, in youth services, trying to bring together agencies on the same page and just make services available for underserved, underprivileged, at-risk youth in the area.
Hayes, Kansas.
And what's your project?
Big Brothers Big Sister of Ellis County.
And what exactly are you going to be doing with Big Brother and Big Sister?
I'll be building capacity building. I will be recruiting volunteers and build partnerships with community members and fundraising.
I'm from Tempe, Arizona.
And where are you going to?
I am going to be serving in Phoenix, Arizona.
And what's your project?
My project is serving with the Arizona Refugee Resettlement Program, specifically working in the healthcare aspect of connecting refugees to healthcare resources and making sure that they are aware of the programs that they need to be enrolled in with the Affordable Care Act as it's kind of coming into the rest of it. It's coming into place in January, making sure they're informed about what they need to be enrolled in, and also creating a database of refugees that are enrolled in this program and making sure that new refugees that come over to America are getting enrolled in this program within a timely manner.
I'm from Bloomington, Indiana, home of IU.
And where are you going to?
I'm going to Albuquerque, New Mexico for the first time. Never been out there before.
So that's a pretty good distance, huh?
Yeah, it is. It's going to be exciting.
All right, you ready for that heat?
Yes, I am. I love dry heat. I can handle it. I've been to Colorado and Arizona, and I can handle it.
All right, and what is your project?
My project is Southwest Youth Services. That's who I'm serving with. I serve this year as the Indigenous Soccer Cup coordinator. So I spend the year fundraising and grant writing and finding volunteers to help with that event. Brings in Indigenous youth to just spend the day playing in a tournament. It's going to be really exciting, bringing the community together and getting to learn about Native American culture. So I'm pretty pumped.
I'm working for Good Works for Youth as well. I don't know if that's the same project, actually we're in the same location. So I'll be doing infrastructure in the organization, volunteering, fundraising.
I am going to Native Health NHI, so Native Health Initiative, sorry.
And that's in Albuquerque?
Yes, it's located in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And what is NHI about?
Oh goodness, it's just a bunch of awesomeness. We promote a lot of loving service throughout New Mexico. The tribes, we get in touch with the urban and rural areas. There are a lot of promoting healthy lifestyles towards younger children. I don't know what else to say about them because it's just a lot of fun, a lot of volunteer work happening.
I'm from Austin, Texas.
And where are you going to be working?
I am working in Austin, Texas.
And what is your project?
I'm working with the Helping Aging, Needy, and Disabled organization, and I am, okay, what am I doing? Let me think about this for a second. Okay, I'm working with the personal care attendants, and I am developing some training for them and wellness programs.
How does that link to poverty? Can you make the linkage between them? Yeah. So we want you to be able to do that. How does your project address poverty? How does this project build capacity and empower the community? How does it build infrastructure for this service to continue long into the future?
I actually wasn't aware that VISTA was mainly about fighting poverty. So I was learning about that as I came into the program, which I'm not against at all. I love the mission. It just wasn't something that I was aware of, and I don't think a lot of people are aware of the mission of VISTA, the AmeriCorps VISTA.
The prime goal of AmeriCorps VISTA is to help to alleviate poverty in building capacity and helping to find resources for organizations around the United States.
Capacity building and fighting poverty.
The primary goal of AmeriCorps VISTA would be to create capacity developing programs in communities that are in poverty, and just the idea of eliminating poverty within America.
To fight poverty in America.
You realize what the values that were depicted in the movie are about. You got to look internal and say to yourself, what are mine and how do they align with VISTA's mission, which is to eliminate poverty?
Well, as I said before, my organization is mentoring kids with incarcerated parents, and I grew up living in and out of different shelters. We were very, very poor for a while. I kind of know what effect that can have on a child growing up and where these kids are coming from, and I feel like I'm in a good position to help someone else avoid those kinds of pitfalls and traps that can really hinder you.
Poverty has always been with us. It may always be with us, but I don't know. I can't predict the future. I feel that when you're at a disadvantage, you have the whole community will suffer. Some of it may suffer directly, some of it will suffer indirectly, but the whole community will suffer. And in this next century, with more expanding populations and climate change and globalism and all these things we've really never encountered before in human history, we've got to really stick together and try to do what we can. And I see this program as something to teach me how to do that and allow me to connect with whatever communities I am lucky enough to get to know.
Because I want to serve the community that I've lived in. I have great pride in where I live and the country, and I love the fact that I have the ability to keep my views and still be able to look beyond that and help other people.
Yes, I believe it is. Just because I am Native American, and I think that I myself do have a higher degree education and a bachelor's degree, and I believe that I'm using that to give back to my community, my Native American community.
To me, it means realizing what you've been given in your life and knowing that it's not just something that you get for free. I think people really need to learn to give back to a community because other people are less fortunate and they haven't had the opportunities that we've been given. And I come from a poor family, and my dad was abusive, and my mom had a lot of struggles when she was growing up, so I really want to be a role model for kids who have been in similar situations.
Some reasons that people should join AmeriCorps is that it's an amazing way to serve your country in a way that not a lot of people assume that they can. It's a really genuine experience in building community and in finding people of all ages and of multiple diversity to bring something back to the community.
What is the poverty issue around the reservation?
The poverty issue, I grew up in that setting, but to me, I really found like wasn't sure I was in poverty until I lived out into the urban area. So having no running water and electricity, I guess that was poverty level that I did not know of because I thought everybody else was the same. It's not really that bad. Some of them have come to be really content with it, and that is kind of like the way of life.
I never really thought that I would be serving my country because Army or military never really appealed to me, but serving my country in this way is something that I'm totally into.
Do you really want to know the story? The whole thing? I finished my certification for English education in December, and for personal reasons I felt like that's not where I needed to be, but I still wanted to teach. So it was I was having interview after interview, and I just wasn't getting jobs, and I became very disappointed in myself and upset. And around July, I knew I needed to find a job because I couldn't be working 3 retail jobs anymore, and I wanted to use my skills and stop being in a mall environment, and I wanted to create. So a friend of mine gave me a link to an AmeriCorps job for building curriculum for the local gardens, and I thought, hey, I know how to build curriculum. I'll do it for gardening. And then I didn't get that job specifically, but so I was handed the development coordinator job, but now after going through all this training, I'm realizing I'm actually going to do what I want to do in the first place. And while it isn't as much as a teacher pay, that's a joke because teachers don't get paid that much, I'm very excited about doing this.
I'm nervous about being out on my own. For me, this is the first time leaving home, so it'll be quite a change actually having to be a functioning adult, but I have a great support group. My site supervisor is really hands-on, so I think I'll be okay. It looks like I have a good family already going out there.
I've always been passionate about community service. Even while I was in college, I was the director of community service for several student organizations I was on. So community service has been my life. And the reason why I'm so passionate about community service is for the simple fact that if nobody in my neighborhood did community service and didn't give back to me and showed me the opportunities that I had, then I wouldn't be able to make it to where I'm at right now. So naturally, once I get to a point where I can give back, I'm gonna give it back tenfold.
Absolutely. I mean, as far as statistics about poverty, the rate and the overwhelming just poverty in the United States, I learned about that I hadn't just never known about before.
It's really inspiring to be with a group of people that has such a similar set of goals and values for fighting poverty and helping, as cliche as it sounds, make the world a better place and kind of combat the disparities in resources across America.
Well, it was very discouraging. It made me question who I am. It made me question my education. I wondered if I'm smart enough. I wondered why the universe or whatever was barring me from doing something that I wanted to do, but or that I thought I wanted to do. It was hard, and I had so many peers come to me and say, well, it's just so easy, go get a job, you know, and there's this inner part of me still that was like, well, I want to do community service, I want to fight oppression. I thought being a teacher would be the best way to do that, but maybe that's not what's best for me. And I think that this opportunity is going to springboard me into maybe community development or a different avenue. So if I was to tell somebody like myself when they're stuck, they get out of college and they think they're going to do that one thing, open the door, be a little more open-minded because you don't know where life's going to throw you, and allow it to be more of an organic experience.
Solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties.
And I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office on which I am about to enter.
Of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations and welcome to VISTA, and thank you.
I feel pretty prideful, a humble pride in serving with AmeriCorps VISTA. I definitely feel like I belong to my country.
What do I think about AmeriCorps VISTA so far? It is awesome. Nothing or no one will change my mind.
Somebody was thinking about joining AmeriCorps, what would you say to them?
I would tell them to go for it. I'm 18, straight out of high school, and just being around all these individuals who want to make a difference makes me realize that I don't regret my decision at all. As scary as it may seem at times once I'm out there, I think I know that being around people like this will just make me a better person. I think it would make anyone doing it a better person.
It's a fantastic opportunity. I mean, it's a year of somewhat selflessness. It's a year to get away from the sort of selfishness that can kind of set in once you try to join a more professional environment.
But the more you'll travel, at least in my experience, you'll find that every place has its problems. No place is perfect. And if you want to do anything to try to help with that, programs like this are a great place to learn how to get those skills.
What does it mean to serve your country? I think it means giving back in any capacity that you can with your particular skill sets or what you are able to. Not everybody has the same skill sets, everyone contributes something different, and I think that I personally believe that I am really lucky with the community that I lived in, that I am very blessed with all that I had. I have a good family and education and access to healthcare and good food and things like that, that I'm very grateful for it, and it's helped me be the individual that I am today. And so if we can eliminate the barriers to having access to healthcare, education, and food, and eliminate poverty across America, then other people can realize their dreams just like I.
helping out mankind. Everybody's human. I'm human. And I just like to volunteer.
AmeriCorps VISTA is totally awesome.
I am an AmeriCorps VISTA.
I'm an AmeriCorps VISTA.
I am an AmeriCorps VISTA.
I am an AmeriCorps VISTA.
I am an AmeriCorps VISTA.
I think we should all be scared to some degree, but I think that that's what courage is. You can't be courageous unless there's a little bit of fear, right?
America! Do it. It's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of people, network, and just being there for your community. Explore. Go explore and then come back home and bring what you learned back to your community and your hometown.
Not really. I feel pretty good. I think things are just gonna come, and with the help of my friend Ben, actually from Springfield, he's here too. We're gonna work together and collaborate with my supervisor. We've got a really great supervisor, and I think we're gonna do some really cool things.
Oh God, I've learned that it's my enthusiasm is what I really. It's built me that what I've learned so far, that I can do it, that I'm not alone, and that I have a support, and because when I came to this conference, I didn't know anyone, and now I know lots of people.